Speaking of serious issues, are you guys following the PVC drama in Nigeria? Okay, you guys didn't hear this from me, but apparently the Nigerian government doesn't want voters to use the permanent voters card. Yes. You know, I was telling you this some weeks ago that they are planning to get rid of the PVC. You thought I was making it up. You know that the card will be counted by an electronic card reader, and the card reader would make sure that the fingerprint of the voter who brought the voter's card is the same thing as the one on record when the PVC was printed. Here, you understand? So this will prevent fraud. Nobody will be able to use somebody else's card. Also, the card reader is configured to read a card only once. That means that nobody can vote in more than one place. Isn't that nice? Isn't that wonderful? That would prevent election rigging, right? That was the plan. No, that was the plan. In fact, this same government had spent at least 50 billion naira, 50 billion getting the thing ready. So what I don't know, and what so many of us don't know, is why suddenly this ruling party and about 14 other parties are saying, no, we don't want electronic voting. They cannot use the card reader to count the vote. Shoo!
It is less than 4 weeks to the rescheduled general elections. Some political parties, including the ruling People's Democratic Party, have expressed their opposition to the use of card readers for the polls. First, it was representatives of 15 political parties who threatened to boycott the elections.
If they want to go ahead with this use of card reader, we, numbering about 15 political parties and presidential candidates, shall boycott this election.
The director of media and publicity for the PDP presidential campaign says the ruling party will resist the use of card readers during the elections.
Our position on the card reader remains that the machine has not been tested in any election, and there are bases for genuine concern over the use of the machine for the first time in a crucial election of this magnitude. We are aware of the plot by the APC, working in cahoots with some strategically placed and retrogressive elements to use the card readers to frustrate accreditation in some parts of the country.
The Independent National Electoral Commission had announced the use of card readers in the forthcoming general elections to reduce electoral fraud.
Look at these people. What in the world is going on? If the PVC has not been tested, then test it now. You have weeks. Test the thing. How is that an excuse to use temporary voters card that can easily facilitate election rigging? Jay, Niger. Other African countries are using this card reader successfully. Why can't we get it together? Countries that are not even as big as Nigeria, they're using this thing successfully. My oga, why now? Why do you keep doing me like this? Hey, you know people are talking, big mouth. They're already talking. They are saying that you are trying to get rid of this PVC because you are bent on rigging this election, Mr. Jono. I told you to always consult me before doing things like this. Suddenly, about 14 parties are now saying we don't want. Did anybody bribe them? Oh, that aside, did you guys see that documentary about Bola Tinubu?
It is best to deconstruct the real man called Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in order to unravel the facade he has been able to successfully build with time using several cronies and accomplices. The story of Bola Tinubu can best suit that of an Arabian Nights tale, a modern-day Ali Baba and 40 thieves.
First of all, I didn't know that we know how to do this kind of investigative journalism on our officials in Nigeria. Hey, I was so impressed. I was really impressed. I said, why hasn't anybody done a documentary like this on President Goodluck Jonathan? Why now? I mean, until today, the man has refused to declare his asset. I really like this documentary because it listed all the properties of Tinubu and the ways that he makes his money, both legal and illegal. So you understand? I was so glad though that finally someone is speaking out about the yahoo of Bola Tinubu. There were some lies in the documentary though, like when they said that Tinubu is a fugitive in the US. I'm like, I believe that Tinubu still comes to the US. The question is, can Alhaji Buruji, can he come to the US? Because he was recently anointed as the PDP Ogun State Senate candidate, even though he has been declared wanted in the US. But why is there not one like this about President Goodluck Jonathan and Mama Peace? By the way, I'm still waiting for a documentary like this about Bukola Saraki of Kwara State as well. Nobody is saying that Tinubu is a saint, but should we expose the atrocities of only a selected few? And don't tell me that Jonathan is not aware that Tinubu is corrupt when they were working together. You want to tell me that Tinubu had nothing to do with Jonathan winning the 2011 election? I beg. Jonah was in Lagos recently distributing money, bags of money, to traditional rulers and labor union leaders. We are talking about millions of dollars, not even naira. He gave them dollars. You think we don't know that he's desperate to win in Lagos, that is why he's doing all these things? Not only that, the Meet the President event that was held last Sunday was also held in Lagos. Haba, my dear, why now? Of all the pictures from the event, this is the only one that you can find. You know you like trouble. At least do this if you are putting up my sister's picture. Put up. God bless you, my sister, in case you're watching. By the way, before this documentary about Bola Tinubu came out, and I don't know how true this is, but people are saying that something happened, which, let me tell you. Apparently, Babangida invited Bola Tinubu that they should talk before this election. And when Bola Tinubu got to Babangida's place, Mr. President showed up like 5 minutes after. And Babangida told Bola Tinubu that let's just forget about this whole election. Let's push for interim government and, we'll make you the vice president. And Bola Tinubu said, no way, lie, it's not happening. I'm standing for the election. And then Bola Tinubu walked out. And by the way, that story that I just told you is not, you are not hearing it from me, okay? But the funny thing is, neither Babangida nor the Jonathan people or Tinubu has denied the story. So again, the story may not be true, but until they deny the story, that is what me I heard. You understand? You guys know that me, I don't gossip. It was after that they now released this documentary. I'm not saying the documentary is not credible. Anyway, let me talk to my Oga Ojade. Honestly, my Oga, you only have a few days before this election. Instead of focusing on painting your opposition bad, my Oga, don't you think this is the time to focus on the myriad of issues that the common people are facing in Nigeria? They could be running documentaries about your solution to unemployment, my Oga, and people will be like, I'm voting for Jonathan. So you understand? Or you can talk about how you solve the issue of insecurity. Now you are tackling Boko Haram. We are very happy. Armed robbers are still on our roads. So you understand? People are still being killed in their houses. We still have hire killers. Kidnappers are still thriving. So you understand? Or maybe this would have been a good time to focus on the depreciating value of naira. It was 220 something last week. Hey, my Oga, this would be a good time to focus on all these things and how millions of Nigerians are now refugees in neighboring countries. By the way, why can't you address the issue of fuel scarcity? You guys know that we now have fuel scarcity again in Nigeria. Hey! Everybody in the world is enjoying significant drop in the price of fuel all over the world, my people. Now petrol is 120 naira. Petrol was 97 before they reduced it to 87. Now it is 120. 120. The rest of the world is still enjoying low gas price. Some people will buy this petrol at 120 and still vote for the government that made it 120. You see your life, Meanwhile, it's less than $50 per barrel all over the world. If you just focus on that, my Oga, if you're making life easier for the common people will actually vote for you. This strategy is not working for us. You know how I want you to win this election desperately, but what you are doing is not working for us.
No prison. Our husband will not go prison.
Che, you have a problem. Didn't I tell you that we have moved on to serious issues? Is it possible that this woman is actually doing all these things because she's afraid of her husband going to jail because of, herself included, because of all the stuff that they've done? Hey, my dear me, we'll talk after the service. By the way, what's up with Oga Buhari forgetting the name of his party?
Of All Progressive Confidence.
No. Really, Buhari, really? Why are you doing me like this? How could you forget the name of your party? And the other time, it was the name of your vice presidential candidate. This time, Mana, it is the name of your party. Why are you forgetting all this? Oga Buhari? No, you can't do me like that. You can't do me. You are not even president yet, and you are forgetting these things. Abba, now, get it together. Get it together now. The thing is APC. What is the meaning of APC? Okay, cut this out. Don't embarrass me in front of the world. It is APC. How can you not know what APC stands for? Habana. Not only that, how can you go to London and not come to New York? Hey, look at this man. Didn't anybody tell you that New York is where it is happening? Come to New York, yo. How do you want me to ask my questions? Now make sure you come to New York. Don't do me like that. As I was saying, the day PDP runs a documentary like this on Mr. Jonathan, that is the day that I will take them seriously. Until then, my people, guess what? I'm just keeping it real.